Hi guys, AzureAce here, and I am back again with yet another Dragon Ball Super episode review. In the last episode, episode 40, we bore witness to the epic conclusion of the God of Destruction tournament as Goku did not prevail against Hito. However, with Monaka taking the win by Hito throwing the match, Universe 7 win the tournament, which has sparked rage in Champa, and he has an intent on destroying all of Universe 6's fighters until Zeno, the king of the 12 universes, intervened, and we come to episode 41. Come forth, Dragon of the Gods, grant me my wish, pretty peas. This episode was pretty good, absolutely no action at all in the episode, just light-hearted, slice of life, just cheery, comical things happen in this episode to just kind of simmer down all of the action that was in the tournament. This episode has had some of easily the most amazing animation we've seen in Super so far, and the music is great in it as well. It's a great episode so far. This has been the best looking, the best sounding, and we also do learn that Beerus does make a wish with the Super Dragon Balls, and we will find what that wish is in this video. So we start off the episode where episode 40 left off, with Zeno and his two guards in the ring, with everyone shocked. Beerus and Champa are absolutely scared out of their wits. The Supreme Kai does not know who Zeno is for some reason, and the Elder Kai hits him, calling him an idiot, and then the only people that don't really seem shocked or scared are Whis and Vados, but all of the gods are just bowing down to Zeno, and both Beerus and Champa, as well as the Universe 6 and 7 Kais, with Zeno explaining that Beerus and Champa were basically just goofing off and neglecting their jobs as gods of destruction, so that's why he appeared in the ring before them. He also explains that he liked what he saw in the tournament, and get this, he may possibly be alluding to a tournament between all 12 universes. This would be brilliant in my opinion. They have quite a good opportunity to just show off what all of the other 10 universes are like. It would also maybe bring forth a new antagonist from another universe. We haven't seen any of the 10 other gods of destruction either, to my knowledge, so it would be really good to see them and just see what all of them are like. Are they more vicious? Are they as vicious? Are they less vicious than both Beerus and Champa? Who knows? We may get to see that in the future. And then, Goku, being the idiot that he is, directly greets Zeno in the most casual way possible, and then his guards, they disappear into the ground and reappear in front of Goku. It's kind of weird, but Zeno tells them, "Nah, it's all good, it's all good. This is fine." Goku then shakes the hand of Zeno, and Beerus and Champa are freaking out because of how casual Goku is being towards the king of everything, who could probably kill Goku just by looking at him. And then after this handshake, Zeno and his guards just leave. He just basically came to say, you're neglecting your job, but I liked what I saw, so maybe I'll arrange something in the future. Beerus gets really pissed at Goku after Zeno leaves for being so casual around the Omni King, which is what they call him, and tells us that if Omni King wished it, he could wipe out all 12 universes in an instant. Fuck me, that's crazy. All 12 universes just gone. Someone as powerful as that is it's not someone you try and be casual around. But we do know Beerus is kind of prone to lying, telling us that Monaka could destroy a planet, and did destroy a planet because the inhabitants disturbed them. But it's great that we have yet another tier to the god hierarchy in Dragon Ball. So now we have the Kais, the Grand Kais, the Supreme Kais, the gods of destruction, and now we have the king of everything. So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out, to see if the king of everything is actually stronger than Beerus and Champa. He probably is, but looks can be deceiving. He is a little tiny guy, who knows what power he really does hold. They keep talking about this new tournament that might get set up, so presumably this will happen in the future of Dragon Ball Super, which I've already said I would love for that to happen. They have a good opportunity to show how many characters would they bring in. It's like 5 per team, so like 60 characters all in the one tournament. That would be crazy. But Champa and the Universe 6 team get ready to leave, and we get yet another foreshadowing as Kabe does tell Vegeta that they can go to Planet Salad now, and he does call him Master. Vegeta's like, no, stop, don't call me Master, please. I'm not your teacher, even though he kinda was, and he does it again. But the worst part about all of this is we're not likely to see any of the Universe 6 fighters for quite a long time, except maybe for the exception of Hito and Kabe. Who knows? I mean, Kabe does kind of seem like an apprentice to Vegeta now, and Hito, they've built him up to be a really kind of big character in Super, so we'll maybe see more of them in the future. And I swear to God, Frost is dead. I didn't think of it until now. I just thought he was still out cold, but he's still out cold and he doesn't look alive. I'm scared that he's dead. And then the Majin Buu, the fat little shit, wakes up from his sleep after all of this action, you know, Kamehameha nearly bringing them out into the vacuum of space. He now just wakes up. It sucks that we never got to see him fight in the tournament. It would have been so great to see him fight, but he fell asleep during the exam, so he didn't get to see him fight at all. Bulma then uses the Super Dragon Radar to look for the 7th Super Dragon Ball, and she can't seem to find it, whereupon 18 does realise that all 7 of the Super Dragon Balls are actually present on the radar, peculiarly enough. Monaka says that he works with maps of universes and does tell them that they should probably look at it from a kind of 3D perspective, so they all get in the cube and they all kind of float above the Super Dragon Balls. Then Whis starts making like kind of tornadoes and hurricanes and shit appear on the Nameless Planet, destroying the surface of it, and well done to like 99% of the community who guessed this, as yes, the Nameless Planet is indeed the 7th Super Dragon Ball. Yeah, I'd say pretty much the entire community expected that, so no one can really be happy about guessing that because everyone expected it. Bulma then does tell Beerus not to wish for anything horrible and tells him that to have a wish granted, he needs to speak in the language of the gods. Come forth, Dragon of the Gods, and grant my wish, pretty peas. Kinda just exactly what the title is. We don't know what Beerus' wish was at this point because it is spoken in the language of the gods, but man oh man, this wish is amazing. He tells Whis to say it, nothing really happens at the start, but then the stars that represent the number of the Dragon Ball light up red and shit starts happening. There's like lightning and shit, and they summon Zarama or Zalama, depends on your pronunciation and your taking of that. The visuals in this summoning are what make this episode the best looking episode ever. Like, this episode animation is not only the best in Super, it's the best in Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, the original Dragon Ball, fucking Dragon Ball Heroes. It's the best. It just looks amazing. We finally get to see Zarama, and he has this huge golden dragon. We get this amazing Sumitomo music to complement the summoning of the God of Dragons, as he literally eats Saturn, he eats planets, and he is the size of a universe. There's like galaxies floating and orbiting around him. He is massive. He makes the galaxies look like specks of dust in his wake. We then return to Goku as they're in kind of some weird dimension that is apparently inside the body of Zarama, but Bulma does call him Super Shenron, which is kind of funny because that is the name they gave to Purunga back in DBZ when Dende summoned them for the first time. Then they get eaten by a kind of weird green Shenron looking void fucking thing, and they find a smaller version of Zarama, which is actually the center of Zarama's real body. I have no idea. You seriously need to see it to know what I'm kind of trying to get at, because this episode is just crazy. levels of trippy. Whis makes Beerus wish in the language of the gods, and then Zorama, as all other dragons of the Dragon Balls do, he separates back into the 7 Super Dragon Balls, and Bulma asks Beerus what his wish was, and Beerus says that he wished for a comfier bed. However, that is a lie, and we will find out what his actual wish is in just a moment. We then kinda move to a scene of the Universe 6 people in the cube as Vados' staff starts lighting up and flashing. She stops the cube and Shamba's like, yo, what's the deal, why we stopped? Then Vados asks him to look at the staff, and we find out what Beerus' true wish was. His true wish was for Earth to be returned to the way it was in Universe 6, so that Champa can enjoy food from Universe 7's Earth. How sweet is that? Beerus used his wish so he could give his brother his own Earth. That tugged at my heartstrings. That was so sweet. My god, Beerus, you're a god of destruction. You're not meant to do this. This makes Beerus an infinitely more likeable character in the show, and it just shows how much of a bad guy that he isn't. Everyone makes him out to be this guy who, oh, you know what, I don't like you, destroyed. I don't like you, destroyed. But he's not. He's such a likeable, lovable guy, and this is why Beerus is one of my favourite characters. He's just, it's just so great that he'd do something like that for his brother. Oh, it's just, you know what, thumbs up, kudos to you, I tip the hat off to you, Beerus. That was such a great thing to do, and it was so great for his development. We then return to Beerus' planet, and Goku does ask if he can spar with Monaka, and Beerus says, yeah, sure, why not? You can fight him in the future, because he's tired, so let him rest. And Monaka then kinda gets his uniform on for work, and Beerus gives him a truckload of treasure, and like gold, silver, precious jewels and things like that for winning the tournament, and he's stating that he's gonna keep using Monaka to motivate Goku, which does kinda play into the previews that I'm gonna get into in a minute. But with that, the episode does end there, with Whis and the Universe 7 gang approaching Earth in the cube as we finally conclude the God of Destruction or God of Destruction tournament, or the Champa saga, or whatever you want to call it. But with that episode discussion out of the way, I will get into my overall judgment of the episode. As there isn't really much to talk about in this overall judgment, I'd just like to reiterate how gorgeous the animation and visuals were in this episode, as well as how beautiful the music was as to complement those visuals. They both really harmonise with each other so good that it just makes it some of the best looking things we've ever seen in the entirety of the Dragon Ball series. And don't even get me started on how much this episode made me like Beerus even more. I've already said why. We may possibly have my Champa saga review out a little earlier, as it does seem like this is the end of the Champa saga. But with my overall judgments of this episode out of the way, it's time to get into the episode 42 previews, with episode 42 entitled A Tumultuous Victory Celebration, facing off at last Monaka vs Son Goku. We get into the previews, and right off the bat, two very odd details are noticeable. One being that Goku is back in his King Kaiji for some reason. So does this kind of spell the end of Goku and Vegeta's Whis G attires that debuts in the Resurrection F arc? I don't want it to be. I personally like these more than the originals. There's no clear way to see if Vegeta is back in his regular combat armor, as Piccolo is blocking the frame in which Vegeta is in. But yeah, you can kind of see off to Piccolo's right, or sorry, Piccolo's left, there is a kind of spot of blue, so it does look like Vegeta is going back into his regular combat armor. So I'm not really happy about that. I would rather they stay in their normal, or well, their super attires for Resurrection F and further. The other detail is that Monaka is keeping up with Goku. What? Monaka's keeping up with Goku in his base form. That's quite weird, considering Monaka's a fraud and a fake and an amateur. However, Monaka's lips are now purple, which is a very odd detail for Toei to include. Monaka's also wearing a cape and Mr. Satan's belt, and he's actually he's going blow for blow with Goku. He's getting a few hits in at him too. Even Whis and Beerus don't look so much scared, but as they do surprised. Goku does say in the previews that everyone's acting kinda weird, and we also do see Krillin use his solar flare against Goku for some reason, and we see Piccolo using his outstretched arm to try and like tug at Goku or something. I don't know. The previews end there, but I don't know what's going on in this episode. The next episode seems like it's going to be very weird. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this goes down, but nevertheless, if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment your thoughts. Did you enjoy the Champa saga? Did you enjoy it more than Battle of Gods and the Resurrection F saga? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, share this amongst your friends, and subscribe to join the Azure Army today. Thank you.